In today's Nogi submission wrestling, I'm grappling Johnny, a purple belt with a high Jiu-Jitsu IQ. If you've watched more than one video, I welcome you to join our Jiu-Jitsu family full of chokes and jokes. The first step is hand fighting. Johnny goes for a 2-on-1 grip and turns for an Uchimata. Since he's taking care of attaching to me like one of those little suckerfish and giving leg access, I go for an outside trip. To defend front headlock and guillotines, you can double leg from turtle. After double legging, I drive my shoulder down and lift their legs up to establish side control.
The gate outside when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys. I've been our goose. This shit way too big. When we pull up, give me the loot.
I gift wrap to take the back, but Johnny defends by grabbing my head and arm. You know which way you're in danger of being swept because it's the direction where you have no head or arm or leg posts. I defend the sweep by sliding my knee across the torso at the same time as his pendulum, so he can't defend my advance to mount by blocking my knee with his legs. Getting mount defended the side control sweep and improved the position. You can defend mount escapes, which typically sweep you from mount to guard, by transitioning from mount to a technical mount or S mount to remain on top. Top positions are the best because they are controlling and dominant and you have gravity on your side. Johnny pendulum swings his legs and faces me. To block them from regarding, post your hand and circle back to north-south. We call this move part of the walk-around drill at our school. Johnny defends by getting to his knees. You know, many of life's problems can be resolved from your knees, and I'm referring to praying, of course. I'm back up popping with the cool. I just landed in Chase B mixes pop like Jamba Joe's. Different color chains be my juice. From here, I see an omoplata. If you have an omoplata and they drive into your legs, get your leg to the other side of their head and you have yourself a triangle choke. Johnny's tight gable grip around my leg defends the triangle and allows him to pass my guard. One reason wrestlers are so good at jiu-jitsu is the ingrained refusal to be put on their back, because a pin means losing in wrestling. Refusing to be put on your back in jiu-jitsu will help you, especially if you're in your first years, because you're defending being put in controlling positions before it happens, like being put on the bottom of a mount and side control. Posting an arm and back of your torso will help you against getting bulldozed. This gives me just enough time to forget a new move. I place a frame on Johnny's neck and say, "Now, what the F was that Marcelo Garcia technique I just watched?" Johnny giggles as he steamrolls me to the mat. If you're a white belt or interested in jiu-jitsu for self-defense, the most important thing to remember is keep fighting. Be a pain in the neck. See my forearm? A frame with a crossface makes Johnny twist his own neck in order to continue fighting to get a top pin. Like literal, I'm a literal pain in the neck. Getting an underhook as soon as possible means you're escaping before they settle on top of you, which means you're not stuck on the bottom of side control. Johnny defends my single leg by sprawling and moves to side turtle. I escape side turtle with a Peterson and he responds by attempting a back crucifix, which I defend by getting my arm out of between his legs and turning into him to get top position. He maintains back control by bellying out while keeping a seatbelt grip. Tell Johnny I love that move as I fight to get top position, but seriously, bellying out is so effective to maintain top control here. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Johnny gets off his belly for a back take. Now Johnny has my back and is going for a rear naked choke. 10 out of 10 would not recommend being in my current position in a street fight, because right now I'm fighting from getting choked out. Your back is taken and they're fighting for a rear naked choke submission. Defend by controlling their hands to work your back escapes. As we hand fight, I notice Johnny has forgotten about his crossed feet because they're now below my hips. To hit an ankle lock, step over foot, hip extension. Triangling your legs is best to secure the ankle lock. Here I secure it by crossing my ankles. Johnny taps to a submission due to ankle lock. About 15 minutes after this roll, a purple belt doing this same move that you're about to see accidentally kneed a black belt in the nose, and it was a gusher, so try not to knee your partner's face. He defends my rolling reverse gable grip guillotine by bellying out. I get front headlock. He defends guillotine, darce, and anaconda submissions by a 2-on-1 arm control. I counter by trapping his arm between my legs and taking back control by rolling into a back crucifix, then look to finish with a rear naked choke from back crucifix. Johnny taps, submission due to rear naked choke from back crucifix. Johnny has really been liking this 2-on-1 arm control, and he also really likes to get knee taps. So when I feel one coming, I pummel to get an underhook. You can get this lateral drop wrestling takedown that's super high percentage from a pummel position, so that means overhook and underhook position. When you get a takedown from pummel position, you end up in a Keisa Gatami, which is a judo side control pin. Johnny attempts to escape the bottom of side control by pendulum swinging his legs. I defend by walking around to north-south. From here, there's a great north-south guillotine and also options from the Kimura grip. There's also reverse arm bars, triangles, and a bunch of other submissions. Here we have Brett Hitman Hart leggings having a conversation. So yeah, there's that. We ask him to clear the way. Those are pretty sweet leggings though. Coming up next, we have an amazing knee tap takedown. Knee taps are very effective and effortless, so Johnny gets an underhook, then drives perpendicular to me. When you get taken down, don't let them have access to your torso. Get your knees and elbows together to frame against their torso. I get one knee in to replace guard, and Johnny passes my guard. I get double underhooks to go for a double underhook to front headlock side control escape. Johnny transitions to block my side control escape, so I belly out in the opposite direction to escape side control and come up with a single. Johnny defends the single with a Heisman. Once I have a single, I'm like a pit bull on a bone. So you're going to have to cross face the crap out of me in order for me to let go. I end up getting a low single ankle pick. They get outside when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys. I've been our ghost. This shit way too big. You can get this great back control crucifix from Side Turtle. From here, if it's an MMA fight, you can really soften them up before going for the submission because both of their arms are trapped, which makes it very difficult to defend against strikes. The ref may even call it from here with a KO finish because they literally cannot intelligently defend themselves if they cannot get out of this back crucifix. You can complete a rear naked choke with one arm if you hide your knuckle line under your chin. Here I work to get the one arm rear naked choke submission while ensuring to keep back control with the rear crucifix. Johnny now has been choked for a little bit, and I go for complete control of both of his arms. He defends the control of his left arm by straightening it, so I can't maintain a grip on his knuckle line. I know he plans on using it to pry off my choke by grabbing my knuckle line, so I race to lock up the rear naked choke. Johnny is still getting choked. Let's see if he can defend getting choked out. Johnny bridges and gets choked even harder while possibly armbarring himself with the arm trapped between my legs, so he immediately taps. So, submission by rear naked choke, possibly with a sprinkle of armbar. My game plan is to go to Johnny's knee to get a knee tap since I know the knee tap is on his mind. Remember, you can step back to defend takedowns and sweep with a simple and effective defense. Since Johnny is now expecting a knee tap, I switch to a lateral drop. If you're a smaller player, I highly recommend practicing this lateral drop. Extend your leg and sit on your overhook side. It's a very high percentage, and if you mess up, it's not as punishing. I push Johnny's head down to set up an omoplata. You can defend an omoplata by doing a shoulder roll like Johnny. I counter the shoulder roll by pulling the arm for an arm bar. Johnny defends the arm bar and passes my guard as I work side control escapes. Johnny grabs a Kimura grip from north-south to go for an armbar. You can defend the Kimura grip by peeling off the grip at the knuckle line. Johnny smiles and decides to go for back control instead of the armbar. Johnny now has back control with a body triangle and goes for a half Nelson off of my defense to escape back control and submissions from the back by overhooking to control his hands. This hand pinning used to win hand fights, but the beauty of Jiu-Jitsu is that there is always an answer for everything. It's just figuring out which move is the answer. Way too formal, y'all know I don't follow suit. Stacy Dash, most of these girls ain't got a clue. All of these hoes I made off records I produce. I might take all my exes and put them on. It was really great to spend some time with you. I am going to Thailand for like a couple of weeks. It's been a bucket list item of mine to train Muay Thai kickboxing in Thailand and scuba diving and all that fun stuff. I'm going to bring my equipment with me and hopefully either record on the plane or if there's any downtime. Worst comes to worst, and let's say there's a really crappy internet connection or something goes wrong, you may not hear from me for a few weeks, but don't worry, I am doing great. If you don't hear from me from more than a month, send help to Thailand because some crap went down. Here is the full roll with minimal edits. It's always great to see things for a second time around and let your brain remember what was explained previously. Mental reps definitely do count. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you. I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed. It does take work to create these things, and I really enjoy doing them for you. Really enjoy all the love that you give me in the form of like likes and comments and subscribing. So thank you for that. It makes my day. I'll see you at the end of this roll. This shit way too big. When we pull up, give me the loot. Was off the Remy, had a back boost. Had to hit my old down and duck the news. 24-hour lockdown, we made no moves. Now it's 4 AM and I'm back up popping with the cool. I just landed in Chase B mixes pop like Jamba Joe's. Different color chains, see my jeweler really selling fruits. And they joking, man. This shit way too formal, y'all know I don't follow suit. Stacy Dash, most of these girls ain't got a clue. All of these hoes I made off records I produce. I might take all my exes and put them all in a group. Hit my essays, I need the booch. About to turn this function into final room. Told her I been, you coming too. In the 305, bitches treat me like I'm Uncle Luke. Had to slot the top off, it's just a roof. She said, where we going? And I said, the moon. We ain't even make it to the room. She thought it was the ocean, it's just a pool. Now I gotta open, it's just a ghost. Who put this shit together? I'm the glue. Someone said, shorty face got me out the blue. Someone said, motherfucker, someone said.
Astro. Yeah. Hey. She's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. I did half a Zan, 13 hours. hours till I land. Have me out like a light, ay, like a light, ay, like a light. Ay, slept through the flight, ay, not for the night. Ay, 767, man, this shit got double bedroom, man. I still got scores to settle, man. I crept down the block, made a right, yeah. Cut the lights, yeah. Made a price, yeah. Niggas think it's sweet, it's on sight, yeah. Nothing nice, yeah. Vegas in my ice, Jesus Christ, yeah. Checks over stripes, yeah. That's what I like, yeah. That's what we like, yeah. Lost my respect, you're not a threat. When I shoot my shot, that shit wetty like on Shaq. See the shots that I took, wet like on Book, wet like on Lizzie. I be spinning valley circle blocks till I'm busy. Like where is it?
They keep that on lock, I say you know this shit is tight, yeah. It's absolute, yeah. I'm back with Boo. It's lit. Got Ferrari, Jamba Juice, yeah. We back on the road, they jumping off no parachute, yeah. Shorty in the back, she say she working on the glutes, yeah. Ain't by the book, yeah. It's how it look, yeah. Not a check, yeah. Just check the foots, yeah. Pass this to my daughter, I'ma show her what it took. Baby mama cover Forbes, got these other bitches shook, yeah.
fast, fast, fast. Send you my old song, yelling ass, ass, ass. Babies beating, trying to beat me, then they crash, crash, crash. Still 100 like the number on my dash, dash, dash.
You ain't got to range, keep on doing that, keep on doing that, bitch, you're king back, I know you don't like me, you wanna fight me, you don't want no problem, at your party, don't invite me. I don't worry about you niggas, they stop talking about me. Always talking about me cause you looking for the clout. T6 Nina, the 9 Nina, riding in a two-seater with two Ninas. Baby, you got that Aquafinas, cocaínas, smoking on that OG Reefer, no DMZ. Forgiatos on a bitch truck, make a friend talk, so she could get you now. She let my friends walk, start shining in the Rolls Royce, ain't got red cuts. Wait, hold up, nah, I still don't give a fuck. Vroom, vroom, keep up, vroom, vroom, we high. You the type of nigga that I never wanna be like. You the type of bitch that will never get a replay. High hater, by hater, vroom. Like I don't ready. People don't get
That real ass ain't keep your nigga home. Yeah, eat a cookie monster. He a slave to this pussy, call me monster. Real wet, I said slurp it like it's pasta. They get nervous when it's Nicki on a roster. Somebody usher this nigga into a clinic. My flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic. I write my own lyrics, a lot of these bitches gimmicks. They study Nicki style, now all of them want mimic. Talking about snitches when it's snitches and you can't. Never stand alone, you always itching for a stamp. Me, I'm still money, this is light up like a lamp. They gon' have to send their best fighter for the champ.
Watch.
I got a Mary, I'm popping. They keep hating, but still watching. Check the boards, I'm still topping. Bust down a plain Jane, I got options. It's a bunch of mini me's, I'm the one they mocking. Showed you how to get the bag, now you going shopping. When I come out, all the sneak bitches start plotting. When I come out, it's a sweet bitches start mopping.
Like I don't ready. People don't get people don't get bitch, you're king back. Watch, got it,
Feel like I throw it fast, real fast, fast, fast. Sing in my old song, yelling ass, ass, ass.
Raindrops, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get jank. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. It's bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless.
Anything in life that is worth having is usually very difficult, and if you're anything like me, it's very easy to be impatient because who doesn't want to see progress for putting the work in? But I guarantee you, just like watching a plant grow day to day, you don't realize the progress because it's small steps. All of these small steps that you're taking and whatever you're doing in life, it adds up. Keep on taking those steps. I believe in you, I love you, and until next time, bye.
We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get jank. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. It's bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless.